Simply put, you're required to be certified and show competency at the level of the age of the athletes that you are coaching. So if you were to look here at the blue section, which is our train to compete athletes, you as a coach would be required to be certified at that specific stage. So in the past, for some of those who may have been educated before now, it used to be that you needed your level 1 to get to your level 2 and build up to move up, so to speak. Within this current structure, this is no longer the case, with the exception of the green train-to-train stage, where you are required first to be certified at the learn-to-train stage. So if we were to break down this model, starting with the piece farthest to the left, the base of the pathway indicates the level of certification that you require at that stage of development. The remaining sections above represent streams which you might be coaching in. So these include the community stream, competition development stream, the high performance development stream, and our performance streams. These streams are important to keep in mind as we move through the pathway, remembering that the characteristics, attributes, and skills that you require as a coach might be very different at the community level as opposed to our high performance development streams. So beginning with the fundamental stage, coaches who are working with athletes at the fundamental stage, so you'll see there that's athletes ages 6 to 9, are required to have the fundamental certification. So this is formally known as our community coach certification. Within the community stage programs, at this specific age, we offer House Leagues, Mega Hoops, Steve Nash Youth Basketball, and your local summer camps. These coaches are experts in working with young people. So some attributes we'd look for: are you fun? Are you engaging? Are you competent in teaching those physical literacy skills to our young athletes? So looking at the next stage of development, if you're working with athletes between the ages of 8 and 12, you'll be required to be certified at the Learn to Train stage, so formally known as Introduction to Competition. Within the community stream, we see the same programs offered. Moving upward in the competition development stage, we're now looking at our novice Atom and major Atom club coaches, as well as our elementary coaches. Within the high performance development stream, we're now looking at coaches who are coaching within our talent identification and development programs, as well as our regional training centers offered across the province. Coaches within this stage are focused on teaching skill development, as well as teaching those principles of play for understanding. Next, if you're looking to work with athletes in the 12 to 15 age range, you are first required to be certified at the Learn to Train stage before becoming certified at that green Train to Train stage. Again, community stream, we're looking at our House League coaches there. Within competition stream, we're now looking at our Bantam, Major Bantam, and Midget club coaches, as well as our elementary / high school coaches. Within our performance development stream, at this stage of development, you are coached within Ontario Basketball's Center for Performance programs, our regional training programs, as well as our U14 talent identification and development programs. So these programs operate across Ontario and are focused on delivering high-performance training to targeted athletes. So within these programs, they assist our provincial team coaches in identifying those athletes who have the potential to be provincial or national team athletes. And finally, at the highest level there within our performance stream, we're looking at our U15 Team Ontario coaches, as well as our cadet national team coaches. Again, moving upward within the long-term athlete development model, if you're looking at coaching athletes age 15 to 19, you would want to look to get certification in the Train to Compete certification. This was formerly known as the Competition Development, or Level 3. Again, within each stream, you'll see the various programs that you might be coaching within. working now at the club, we're including the junior and jewel coaches. And again, at the high performance development, we're now looking at Canada Basketball's targeted athlete strategy. These coaches are again selected to work with those athletes that have been targeted across the province as being our hopefuls for national team programs. Within the performance stream, we have our U17 Team Ontario coaches, as well as our cadet national team coaches. Furthermore, working with athletes age 19 or plus, we would require that you be certified at the Learn to Win stage. This was formerly known as the Competition Advanced Gradation, or NCI Training Level 4. Here we're looking at our university, college coaches, and at the performance stream, these are our junior national and developed national team coaches. So lastly, working with our Train to Win or senior national team athletes would require you to be certified at the highest level. So I'll take it back to the whole model here. So beyond simply discussing the certification you need, it's important to consider what attributes, characteristics, and skills we would expect to see from a coach. These specific skills, characteristics, and competencies are dependent on the stage of development of the athlete you're working with, as well as the stream you're coaching within. So if you take a look at the back of your coaching pathway handout that was received this morning, here we attempt to discuss various attributes we would look for in each one of these stages of development, as well as in the various streams. So for example, if you're best at breaking down fundamental skills, you might strive to be a coach within the high performance development stream with our Learn to Train athletes, where the skill development piece is a huge part of what that athlete needs to learn during that Learn to Train stage. If you're somebody who's competent in skill development, but you like the tactics and preparing your team for the opponent, you might be best suited or looking towards becoming a university coach or a junior national team coach. So throughout the presentation, I've talked about certification, but also the demonstration of competency. So one way you might want to, I guess a question you might still have is, how does one show competency in coaching at the various levels? So one way Jeremy discussed was through the evaluation process after you've taken the NCCP certification. But we need to consider that athletes are people, so competency goes beyond just the ability to teach basketball tactics and skills. So we don't want to underestimate our ability as coaches to create that coach-athlete relationship, for example, or the fact that you want to be personable and approachable. In addition, we'd look to see, are you incorporating at the later stages of development things like mental training, such as goal setting and visualization? Now, a question you might have for us is, how do I gain competency? So right now you're a major Bantam club coach, but you aspire to be a provincial team coach, for example. How do you gain that competency? So one way is to attend professional development opportunities such as this one. It might be applying as an associate coach in that other realm. So